Man, it's been like 2 hours and we still don't have the trade details being sent out. So because we had ourselves an Aaron Portzline tweet saying that this is indeed going to happen and that a trade is coming, I'm just going to make the video out here now. I don't think the return is going to be like super big and significant and grand, so let's go over the piece that everybody is talking about. The Columbus Blue Jackets are trading forward Eric Robinson to the Buffalo Sabres. As first reported by Elliot Friedman, he says, on a plane, so details are sketchy. But hearing that Buffalo and Columbus have been talking about Eric Robinson, it makes sense. And then Portzline, a few hours later, said that, yeah, the trade of Robinson to Buffalo is proceeding, first reported by Friedge. Now, the thing is, when you talk about Eric Robinson and you look at some of the sentiment about this guy that exists online, you'll find so many Columbus Blue Jackets fans going out there and saying that this is not the best guy out there. Like, for sure. He's 28 years old, 6'2", 201 pounds, left-handed left-wing guy, signed till the end of this season, making $1.6 million a year. Last year, you could say that Robinson had 24 points in 72 games played. This year, though, he has split his time between the AHL's Cleveland Monsters and the regular Columbus Blue Jackets, getting a goal in 7 NHL games played. But Eric Robinson this season has been nothing short of disappointing. He has been all feet, no hands. He can rush to the net. He can drive forward on the wing, shoot a puck, have it miss, and then that's his entire shift. He hasn't really been the most effective player, and a lot of the replies to these tweets go out there and say pretty much that. Boy, this guy sucks. Agreed, thanks for calling. How are the details sketchy? Did a carrier pigeon begin to give you the message outside the window and then get sucked into the engine? Makes sense for who? He stinks and was recently waived. Hard pass. Take a look at this, eh? Buffalo looking to turn things around by trading for a player that was on waivers 2 months ago. Then you have yourselves a whole bunch of other conversations going around saying, yeah, it makes sense that Eric Robinson appears to be terrible and will thus fit right in with the Buffalo Sabres. I have never heard of Eric Robinson. Then you have yourselves even more comments like, I like Eric Robinson as a player. I think it's a move to free up the glut of forwards for whenever Roslovic is healthy again. So there you go. That's a perspective from a Blue Jackets fan. But Brian Hedger to go out there and say the same thing. Source confirms that Columbus has agreed to trade Robinson to the Sabres. We don't know the return yet, so we wait. And as we had said, this guy cleared earlier this year. He went on waivers. Nobody took him for free. There's no way this guy's going to be going for a huge haul. Like, if he gets something in a third-round pick to second-round pick territory, then I'm going to be pretty surprised. This is probably going to be a very, very minor deal. Here's the JFresh card for Eric Robinson potentially heading to Buffalo. 22 percentile wins above replacement number. He's not a great player, but he's a guy that will go over to Buffalo and help them out, and here's why. You may be asking yourselves, okay, if this guy stinks, why is the Buffalo Sabres team going to go out there and acquire him? Well, here's the thing. If you look at the Sabres and their forward core right now, Skinner, Mittelstadt, Thompson, okay, that's all right. Zach Benson, he's been very good this season. Dylan Cousins has been a little bit slumpy this year. Definitely not the best we have seen out of him in 23-24. JJ Peterka is a guy that I love a lot, so it's good to see him getting some top 6 time. And then, as you go down into the lineup, you see Peyton Krebs, Tyson Jost, Kyle Okposo, and then you have yourselves Isaac Rosen, who admittedly may not be the most ready guy out there to play NHL minutes. Brandon Biro is in here, so is Victor Olofsson. And you scroll down to the IR, you take a look at who's out for this team. Jack Quinn, Tage Thompson, Zemgus Girgensons, all on the IR. Jordan Greenway's day-to-day. Alex Tuck is out. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, your goaltender, is out too. This team is injured as all hell. They need NHL bodies to play in their roster. And a lot of the guys that are playing on this team right now are literally AHL caliber talents. Tage Thompson, I don't know why he's listed on the top right wing spot, because, hey, he's on the IR right now. There are guys on this team that need to be moved. And for Eric Robinson, sure, he's not the fix-all solution to everything that's going on in the Buffalo Sabres system, but he is a guy. He is a player who knows how to play at the NHL level. He is, at the very least, NHL caliber talent. And that's like very baseline level type of requirements for him to be able to play for this team, but if you go over to the cap-friendly page of the Buffalo Sabres, you see who is up right now. You have way too many guys that are on lower level contracts. They're AHL caliber guys that are slotting into this lineup because they need bodies. That is essentially what's going on here because they've got so many names on the IR right now. So for the Buffalo Sabres, I mean, they're getting themselves a guy. And that's kind of why I think this entire trade situation isn't really going to be that big blockbuster type of return here. I mean, you could debate, because the Sabres need a player, because they need bodies, maybe that ups the ante, maybe that increases the value for Robinson in a trade. But I don't know, man. I don't really think this is going to be the most important, significant return. And I'm only saying it like that because we don't know what the return is. This tweet was tweeted out half an hour ago. We still don't know where exactly everything is going to go down. Oh, let's move the screen there. How do you see that? Yeah, that's pretty good. Very, very good. So, initially reported by Elliot Friedman, then later affirmed by Portzline on Twitter, it appears that Eric Robinson is going over to the Buffalo Sabres, a player that CBJ fans don't really think is all too great, but you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this trade being the one that Buffalo ends up making? There probably were some other players elsewhere around the NHL that may have been a bit better, that could have been available too, but let me know your thoughts about this guy being the guy. Now, at the end of the day, once everybody starts to come back, who knows what happens with Robinson then? I mean, maybe he gets sent down. He already cleared waivers earlier this season, so I'm not too sure what the entire process is like for him to be sent down to Rochester. Should he be in a position for that to happen? He was already bad enough to play in the AHL this year, where he was admittedly pretty alright. But at the end of the day, what you're getting out of Robinson here is more so of just a speedy, versatile forward who fills out a role that doesn't really require him to score many points. He had been scoring points previously, but this year, his scoring touch is all gone. This guy can skate, he can shoot it wide, I guess you could say, and he can miss the net a lot. He is not really the most effective player, but he is a guy who plays with NHL pace. So, at the very least, right? At the very least, that's all you need out of this team right now. Buffalo has been in disaster mode in terms of all their guys getting injured, so getting NHL bodies certainly is important. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this entire Buffalo Sabres and Columbus Blue Jackets trade. I mean, we're going to talk about the return, I guess, in the comments when it comes out, but at the moment, it's not really confirmed. It's going to be something really small, don't worry. It's not going to be something too substantial, so if you're a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments about Eric Robinson and the way he has played. If you're a Buffalo Sabres fan, what are your thoughts on you guys acquiring this guy? Everything points to him going to Buffalo, so we're just going to say he's heading to Buffalo. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Eric Robinson trade. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.